Hey everybody, I'm Brandon Grysko here at the law firm Fausone Bohn, the premier business law firm in Western Wayne County. I focus my representation on business owners, human resources professionals, and labor relations professionals. And I'm joined here today by Bob Carroll from Permanent Solutions Labor Consultants. Bob, can you just give us a quick insight into PSLC?
Yeah, and it's great to be here, Brandon. Permanent Solutions Labor Consultants is a full-service labor relations and employee engagement consulting firm. We do everything from handle union campaigns on behalf of employers to working on the HR side, helping them build a program that works for their individual culture, their corporate DNA, if you will.
So what I wanted to talk today, Bob, with you about is, given the current situation, the current climate with COVID-19 and even other areas, employers are exposed potentially to OSHA violations or wage and hour violations that may arise from workplace conditions, or even, especially as it pertains to wage and hour, to working from home, or to when you enter the workplace and you're doing your screenings and things like that. There could be wage and hour and OSHA issues that can come up. And so the question is, how can unions use an employer's misstep, perhaps in the OSHA or wage and hour context, to try and appeal to employees when they're doing their organizing or when they're trying to get a foothold in a business?
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's what will the unions do during times of crisis? And if you look back in history, you look back at 9/11, the unions used that to leverage union campaigns. In fact, our president, our founder of our company, was called in for that very reason when he was international strike director with the unions. And that was one of the reasons that he left the unions, was that they were doing that with 9/11. And then you look at things in recent history, like Occupy Wall Street or the Fight for 15 movement, which was generated by the SEIU. And then you look at where we are now with COVID-19 and the Black Lives Matters protest, and that's gained a lot of momentum too. Those are going to carry into the workplace. And if you don't have a solution that you mean, that you back, your employees are going to have no choice but to possibly talk to a third-party representative. And guess what, Brandon? Sometimes when you're dealing with the unions, they don't hesitate to file OSHA claims. And we've already seen that happen since COVID has started. We've seen an increase. Employers are calling us because they're seeing a rise in OSHA complaints.
So Bob, I think everything you just said really underscores the importance of having a good compliance plan in place for things like wage and hour and for things like OSHA. But you also brought up Black Lives Matter protests and the movement for racial equality and things of that nature. And so I think it's actually equally important, since you mentioned it, to also look at your workplace policies and practices, and especially as it pertains to discrimination and how you're training people in the workplace, and whether you're including diversity and inclusion as part of that.
And not just doing it to do it, doing it to get results. And I think a lot of people miss that point when you talk about diversity and inclusion, and you look at the increased levels of production, look at the increased service satisfaction levels that go with having a workplace that truly means you believe it. It's a very powerful thing. So now, I think you're right, Brandon. They should be checking their handbooks, but they also have to mean whatever they put in those handbooks.
It's not just a matter then of talking the talk, you got to walk the walk.
100%. Yeah, you fail to walk the walk, your employees are going to look somewhere else for employment, or they can turn their back on you, and that's when we see the organizing campaign. So it's not something you want to react to. You want to be proactive.
Wow, awesome. Well, thanks for all the good information, Bob. We appreciate that. And thanks for joining us today on the Fausone Bohn YouTube channel. And how can people get a hold of you, Bob, if they need you?
Email at bcarroll@pslabor.com.
Well, thank you very much, Bob, for joining us. And for those of you out there that may be needing reviews of your employee handbooks or reviews of your compliance for OSHA, wage and hour, and other matters, you can call us over here at Fausone Bohn, 248-380-0000, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks again for joining us, Bob. And for everybody out there, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.